50,000 CS2 cases. That's how many I've bought in the last 2 months. And spoiler alert, I'm not about to do the world's biggest case opening. We've already seen how that went.
Show yourself, Red Dragon, I saw.
Instead, I'm going to break down exactly why cases are one of the most reliable investments in CS2, the top 7 cases I'm buying for massive returns, and at the end of the video, I'll share a secret tip that nobody is talking about to consistently save you up to 10% every single time you pick up a case. A lot of people think that CS2 cases are just gambling boxes bound to lose you money. And while that would be true if we wanted to open them, if we instead hold on to them long term, they're one of the most consistent performers in the entire market. According to this study, the average CS2 case price has risen by 66% year over year. That's nearly on par with Bitcoin and 6 times better than the S&P 500 index. But why are they a legit investment? First off, there's limited supply. Nowadays, one case is obtained by players each week when they level up their account through in-game XP. There are 5 cases in the active drop pool at any given time, with a 99% chance of getting one of them. The other 1% is a combination of pretty much all the other cases in the game except for the operation and esports cases. When a new case is released, it enters the active duty pool and an older one is moved to the rare drop pool. When this happens, its drop rate tanks from 19.8% to just 0.032%, over 600 times less. The only way to obtain rare gloves and knives, some worth beyond $50,000 each, is to open these boxes. Unboxing numbers are at all-time highs, with over 35 million being consistently opened every month. This is quickly draining supply, and since CS2's launch, we've already seen some cases return more than 300%. With player numbers continuing to rise and big streamers bringing even more people to unboxing, supply will continue to drop. With that being said, should you dump your entire life savings into cases? Absolutely not. Don't spend any money that you cannot afford to lose. Valve controls the market, and any update or change in regulation could significantly shake things up. Personally, I keep most of my capital in shares and high interest savings, but for my speculative portfolio, cases are one of the strongest plays. This is also a longer term investment. I'm holding mine for 3 to 5 years minimum. And just like traditional investing, I'm diversifying. A mix of cheap active duty cases, recently retired rare drops, and older proven performers. Following the recent trade reversal update, cases have dropped by 10 to 15% at all price points. This dip is a great opportunity to pick some up. With that being said, let's take a look at my top 7 choices. Whenever I'm looking into cases, I'll always consider their unboxing numbers on CSGO Case Tracker, current supply on the Steam market and third-party marketplaces, their skin value on CS ROI, and which other cases share the same goals where applicable. Starting with cases from the rare drop pool, we have the Snakebite Case, which is the most recently removed case from the active duty pool. Whilst the broken fang gloves contained in this case aren't on the level of the original glove case, it still features the sport gloves slingshot, the snow leopards, and most importantly, the Nox. Since the visual update to the Nox, they have exploded in price, and I can only see their popularity continuing to rise. Cases tend to see the highest returns in the months after being removed, and while it's already up 300% since then, it has a lot more potential. It's far from the best case in the game, but it's got a couple of decent skins, including the USPS Trader and the Slate for sticker crafts. It's also the cheapest in the rare drop pool, and has the highest unboxing numbers, so I believe it's a solid option. Next up, the Clutch Case features a ton of popular glove finishes, including the Vice and Amphibious Sport gloves, Imperial Plaid and King Snake Driver gloves, and Fade and Crimson Web Specialist gloves. The biggest downside to this case is the fact that the same set of gloves was more recently released in 2023 in the Active Duty Revolution case. Because of this, I did buy fewer clutch cases compared to the others, but unboxing numbers are still extremely strong for this case, with it being the second most open case in the rare drop pool after the Snakebite. Just before we continue, I wanted to mention that if you're looking to sell your CS items for real cash without the fees and wait times of trading sites, please reach out to me on Discord. I'm actively buying skins, rare cases, and even entire inventories. Let me know you've come from YouTube and we'll sort out a fair deal. Moving on, we have the Prisma cases. They feature Doppler finishes on the Horizon knives. With Dopplers being all the rage since the CS2 release, and the Spectrum and Chroma cases past the $5 price point, this alone will drive prices. Alongside this, I see the Talon and Stiletto rising in popularity and being worth quite a lot more in the years to come. Both Prisma cases are solid options, but the Prisma 1 case has slightly more valuable skins and is an older case, so if you can pick it up for a comparable price, I'd prioritize this one. The Danger Zone case just has solid skins, great reds, and it's the cheapest case with the original finishes on the Horizon knives. There's not too much to say beyond that for this one. It's being opened at the same rate as the Prisma cases, strong fundamentals, a good choice. Now it's time for a controversial take. I have also heavily invested into two active duty cases. The first is the Recoil Case. Yes, it has the same gloves as the Snakebite. Yes, it is the least unboxed and not very popular, but if anything, that gives Valve good reason to take it out of the active drop pool next. It is the cheapest case on the market right now, so in terms of potential return, it has the greatest multiple opportunity given its price tag. As they say, 30 cents is the new 3. It features the USPS print stream, and while I personally think the print stream collection is overrated, it will always be popular. The two other cases that share the same glove collection are the Broken Fang, now at $9, and the Snakebite that we've already discussed. Given we've had 3 cases with the same glove finishes, I find it unlikely we'll see them feature in another. This is definitely a longer term play. We have no idea when Valve will remove it from the active drop pool, so make sure you're happy to be patient with this one. On the other hand, the experts on Reddit will tell me that the Fracture case will be removed next, given it's the oldest case from the active drop pool. So, with that being said, I've also picked up 10,000 of them. To be honest, if you don't want to spend too much time contemplating which case is the best, just spread your options out over different price points, recently made rare drop cases, and cheap active duty cases. In the long run, prices will average out. I'm still holding onto a number of glove cases, breakout cases, Phoenix cases, Chroma cases, and Spectrum cases. Many of these I bought back in 2018 to 2020 when their prices were in the 50 cent to $1.50 range, just like many of the cases I'm buying today. While their potential percentage returns will be a lot lower and growth will be slower, they are still safe bets. For those of you who made it this far, I want to share a lesser known tip for sniping cheap cases whenever you want to buy. Let's take a look at the sales graph on Steam. See how it constantly goes up and down every single day? It looks almost predictable. And that's because it is. It's based on the time of day that you purchase. Europe holds the largest CS player base, so daily supply of highly liquid items changes drastically depending on the time of day. Overnight, while Europeans are asleep and it's up to us, the Australians, to keep supply going, prices rise. Once it reaches 6 PM in Europe, everyone gets home from work and logs on, supply booms, and prices drop significantly, often up to 10%. Simply use a time converter for around 4 PM GMT, place those buy orders, and you'll easily save yourself some money. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, and be sure to check out this video where I show you how to make up to 35% profit margins with quick turnarounds through skin trading arbitrage. See you in the next one.